Hello everyone, this is ACryInShame, part of the long-term my team, bringing you Shroud of the Avatar tutorials in 10 minutes or less. About the top right here, this is your basic menu setup. You have upgrades and add-ons. This will open up a link in your browser to their store, so you can buy different upgrades to your account. Report Bug will do something similar, but into the Report Bug page, which is on the forums. Help will open up a text document, which can give you a lot of information, but is very daunting because there is a lot of information there, which is why we're making these videos. Options you can click on and open up this options menu. You can change on your audio, video, game options, your controls, choose your language, and then exit to menu, which will exit to the game menu, or quit to quit out of the entire game. Your inventory. Your inventory is pretty straightforward. If you have it set up on list, it'll look something like this. You can see the different items that I've picked up. On the bottom here, you'll see the amount of gold that you have currently. You cannot store away any gold. You're always carrying the full amount of gold that you have in the game. The amount of weight. The first is the amount of weight you are carrying in your inventory. The second is the amount of weight that you can carry without being encumbered. As you can see, I am currently encumbered, which reduces my move rate and dexterity. You can then sort with the sort tags here to adjust your equipment that you have, your crafting materials, anything you can place down in your house, anything that you can consume. Consume could also be something that you can use, such as you're not going to eat a teleport scroll, but you can use them to teleport to a different location. Same thing with repair kits. You use them to repair items, and arrows you use when you fire your bow. Next is your character sheet. Open up your character sheet. These are your equipment slots. You have a cloak, a necklace, a belt, a ring, an instrument, your left and right hand, your boots, your gloves, your pants, your chest armor, and your head. Then down here you'll have your name, your full name, first and last name if you've created one. You'll have your health and focus. Health is pretty straightforward. When you go down to 0, you'll die. Focus is used to use your abilities. This is pretty much your mana, which is in most other games. Your strength, dexterity, and intelligence are your 3 main stats in the game. Your strength will determine your character's maximum health, your carry capacity, your physical damage and resistance to immobilizing effects, and your chance to parry or block an attack. Your dexterity determines character's chance to dodge, chance to hit, chance to land a critical hit, and physical attacks. And that's chance to hit with physical attacks, not the physical attacks themselves. Just to clarify, because the wording on that's a little weird. Intelligence determines the character's maximum focus, their magical damage, and the chance to land a critical hit with a magical attack. Your resistance reduces the amount of damage that a character receives from an attack by 6 points, which is currently what we have set up, but not any more than 23% of whatever damage you're being taken. So for instance, if you were only taking 6 damage, it's only going to prevent 23.5% of that damage. So the higher resistance, the less damage you're going to take from bigger attacks. The avoidance increases the chance of dodging an attack and receiving a glancing blow. A glancing blow is significantly less damage, and it even works when you're taking, say only 6 damage, you'll take a lot less. So that's something else to keep an eye on. Once again, I'll show your gold and weight here as well, same as your inventory. The last one's going to be the window selector. In the window selector, you'll have a bunch of other windows here. You already checked out the inventory and the character sheet, so go down to skills. In the skill menu, you'll see there's combat, magic, and strategy for your adventuring tab. You also see a pooled experience for your adventuring experience. If you go to crafting, you'll see a gathering, a refining, and a production circles. Once again, pooled experience here. If you check your adventuring and crafting, you'll see that there's different amounts of pooled experience. My pooled experience is currently very similar to each other, only slight differences, because I'm still early in the game with this character. We'll explain skills in another video. Glyphs are the individual cards that you use in creating your combat deck. We'll go over combat decks in another video. Combos are different combos that you're able to do using your combat deck. For instance, while we're fighting, if we combined a gust and an aim shot, we would create a piercing breeze. Next is the combat deck that I mentioned earlier. You can create new combat decks, you can edit the combat decks you have, you can equip and unequip different combat decks. Once again, due to the complexity of this will be into another video. Your journal is where you keep track of all your quests that you've been working on. You can go to current tasks to see what you're currently doing. You can go back hitting these little tabs here. And go to knowledge journal to see everything you've done that was recorded into the journal. Not everything is recorded, but there's a lot of information here if you ever need to remember what you're up to. Your recipe book shows all the information from all the recipes that you've learned. You can go through crafting basics or all the different types of crafting recipes here. You will click on one of them, such as smelting. You can look at different parts of smelting to see what kind of things you already know. We'll go over crafting in another video. Next is your chat. This is anything you've been talking to other people with. You can use commands such as \L to do local area, \G for your guild if you have a guild, \P for party, and again, back to local. There's also a zone if you want to talk to everybody in your zone. Simply hit enter and type what you want to say. If you like to have this shown at all times, hit this little pin key and it'll stay there at all times rather than fading away. Next are your emotes. Right now you don't have any emotes if you started out the game for the first time. However, as you play the game, you'll learn some emotes. This is where you can use them. Your social menu shows your friends, your party members, and your guildmates. This is where you can easily add new friends. Right click on names and add to them, talk to them, whisper to them, or friend them, or add them to the party rather than right here in the menu. Also, if you need to unfriend somebody, you would click on their name, click on unfriend. Blocked players. If at any point during the game somebody is harassing you or bothering you in some way, shape, or form, you can add them to your blocked player list and they would no longer be allowed to talk to you. Your compass is up here. You can hit M key to make it go away or reveal it, or as is shown here. Use your lot deeds if you have any lot deeds. If you just started the game and don't have any reward packs recently, then you won't have any lot deeds. But a lot deed is what is required in order to have a house in the game. We'll go over lot deeds and housing on another video. Property manager is how you can actually store away housing and other materials such as basements here and use them for later properties rather than trying to take down everything you have in the house and place it into another property. Titles. When you first start the game, you'll start the Outlander title. It'll be set to above you. This way, people who are playing the game understand that you are new to the game and they're willing to help you out. So right now you can see, I'm Outlander Tegan. You can choose to clear titles if you want to remove those titles, or if you have any titles, you can hit to set them. Price of the Oracle. This is a very important detail if you do any PvP. When you're in a PvP zone or you're fighting in PvP and you die, some of your items will be taken from you and added to the price of the Oracle. That means these items have been taken from you and the player has looted you with those items. Usually it's about 3 items, an equipment, some stack item, and usually a piece of your body like your head or skull or something. If you wish to get these back, you can double click on the items and choose to claim them. They will cost in-game gold in order to do so. Nearby players will show all the players that are in your zone. If you're in a PvP zone, instead it'll show the nearby players within your line of sight, as some players may not be able to be revealed that they're in the zone with you. Hence the PvP aspect of the game. Item permissions. This is a lot permissions. We'll go over this further on when we go over housing, as this controls what people can do when they're around your house. Next thing I also want to note is up top here, you can right click on your name and you can hide your Grandmaster status. A Grandmaster is when you have a skill at level 100. You can show your name in public stats, which at this point, even the players don't understand what this means. You can also hide your title and guild names. So for instance, I'm no longer Outlander, or I can show them. For now, that's all the stuff for the menu. Hope you've enjoyed the video. This is ACryInShame, signing out. I hope you enjoyed that video. Please like and subscribe for more videos like this one. You can also check out the description for other links to other videos, along with our website for more help.